All right. Good morning. Okay. I was just saying to the live people, this is a big week. So just I ask you to open your ears, open your hearts, open your minds for this, our tap in and our theme for this week. So a couple of weeks back, it was all about listening, right? Listening with our ears, our eyes, and our hearts. Then last week, it was about gratitude. Of course, appreciating those people who are easy and those relationships in our life that are easy. Expressing that, but to also find the gifts in gratitude in the sense of those really uncomfortable and difficult relationships, for us to find the gifts, to find the gratitude in that. And so we're human. And so I'm going to say all of us found some difficulty in that. We're human. So this week is going to segue beautifully into this. So I'm going to start with a quote by Carl Jung. And it's, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Okay, and I'll send that one out with the recordings. I got notes everywhere. So I also wanted to read from this. Now, this isn't a direct quote from Deepak Chopra, but I was taking a particular class with him. And so this is like a summary. This is a summary. So, but it's Deepak's words and his ideas. So, okay, you got to listen. This is where I want you to open your ears and your mind and your heart. What we most dislike about someone else is often the very thing we refuse to see in ourselves. Okay. Now, this is often very unconscious. Right? Because right away we go, yeah, no. So let me say that again. What we most dislike about someone else is often the very thing we refuse to see in ourselves. So I know for me, anyway, I can only speak for myself, but I'm like, oh, no. Right? That I dislike that. I am so not that person. But however, Deepak goes on to say, the more that we defend this, the more stuck in insecurities that we are, the more we feel unaccepted, feel unloved, and feel judgmental in all of our relationships. So the more that we defend that. So of course, when I hear that, I'm like, okay. And then the more we open to this concept. So this is what is called shadow work or mirror work. It's a reflection, to look at the reflection. It's like flip that dislike of somebody else onto yourself. Here's the mirror work. Okay. So the more that we are open to this concept, the more self-acceptance, self-healing, compassion, and worthiness that we bring into our lives and into our relationships. So that's why this is a real big one, because I'm going to say not all of us are ready to do this type of self-reflection work or this mirror work. We're still in that, no way is this thing that I dislike about this person or this relationship or this situation, a reflection of me. And so I've been doing this work, and I've been trying to shed so much light on all of my shadows, on all of my darknesses. And my go-to is to fix. It's to fix. Okay, I see that. Okay, I understand that. I accept that. Now let's fix it and get it out of the way. And so this is where I want you to go back to a couple weeks ago about listening with your ears and your eyes and your heart. And this is where we go within. This is not about fixing what it is that we dislike about others or what we're not willing to see within ourselves. This is about, first of all, becoming aware of it and then accepting it. So we need to be willing to go within to see that this is happening, that we have this. What this really is all of the unhealed parts of ourselves. So when we notice that someone has triggered us, this is where we lean back and we reflect inward and we ask ourselves, what is it in me that is still yet to be healed? So the other part of this is that we need to draw into, this is big, self-love and self-compassion, because self-love is really about falling in love with the unhealed parts of ourselves. Again, not fixing. Fixing is just going to be one of those natural ways that it unfolds. But if we try, there's that try word again, to fix these unhealed parts of ourselves, which, believe you me, I've been spending 10 years plus trying to do within myself. And there's a lot of struggle with that. So this work for me, the shadow work that I've been recently doing upon myself, is that it is finding that deep compassion. There's that loving and accepting and respecting and honoring, every part of me. But particularly this week, what I want us all to focus on is to love, honor, respect, and accept all of these unhealed parts of ourselves. These parts of ourselves that get triggered in these uncomfortable, difficult people, relationships, situations that we find ourselves in. And it comes down to that self-love. So this is that mirror work. Notice. So first of all, awareness that when you dislike something about someone else, that it is a reflection of what you're not willing to see about yourself. It is the unhealed parts of ourselves. And I will guarantee you that if you're ready to dive into this kind of work, that underneath that statement, so again, we could all be in like, no, that doesn't apply to me. But I'm going to guarantee you that it applies to all of us. And if we are willing to peel back the layers and love and accept and honor and respect these unhealed parts of ourselves, like just lean back and say, I'm not trying to fix this. I'm just open to this. I'm going to go within. I'm going to listen. I'm going to look within. Okay, so I'm going to listen with my eyes. I'm going to look within. I'm going to feel all of that yucky, crappy stuff that's coming up with this, because I don't know if I want to go here. And it's okay if you don't, you back off. But if you're willing to go there, then you listen with your heart. You listen to yourself with your heart. You appreciate this person. You appreciate this difficult relationship. You appreciate this uncomfortable situation. You appreciate all the people that you so dislike. And then you be willing to love yourself enough to fall in love with these unhealed parts of yourself. It's not easy, but man, is it rewarding. And that fixing part that we're trying so hard to do unfolds naturally. This is the missing piece. Let's tap this in. Okay. All right. We know it. Let's bounce it out. Let's shake it out. So, I purposely, I don't know if you've read my shirt, but I think it says, you are the light. You are the light. And I want, I look at this shirt differently now. It's like, oh, I'm the light. I'm going to shine all this positivity onto everything and everybody. And I'd still like to do that. However, I am the light that can shine on my own darknesses, on my own shadows. we're not trying to chase away the shadows so they never come back again. It's about shining our light on our own darknesses so that we can learn and evolve and basically heal those unhealed parts of ourselves. Okay, let's shake it out. So how do we heal those unhealed parts of ourselves? Stop trying to heal them and instead love and accept them. Okay, other side. So that means we have to bring awareness. So that statement, those we dislike the most, is what we, won't allow ourselves to see in ourselves. So that's bringing awareness to that and accepting that and listening for some kind of truth in that for each one of us. Okay, we're going to bring the knees up. And you might be going, no, I'm not going there. That doesn't apply to me. And it's okay if you don't want to go there. It's totally okay. It took me years to go there. And even now, there's days and I'm like, I ain't going there. I'm just not mentally prepared to go there right now. And then there's days that I'm just exhausted of trying so hard to fix those unhealed parts of myself that I surrender to them. Good. Okay, shake it out. Oh, let's do that little tap in. Let's wake everything up. This is just a feel good. Okay, all the way down. All the way down. Sometimes, no, you know what? All the time when we're really, really willing to go, let's go over the left, to these unhealed parts of ourselves, we need a little boost. And that's really what this is. This is right. Here's our joy points. Let's boost. Let's get some energy moving through our body, because it takes vulnerability and it takes courage to recognize our own shadows, to be aware of them. Let's go all the way down. And then to also meet them. And let's go all the way up. So let's just add in our own little wake up our body and just energize ourselves. Okay, shake out the hands, rub them. Let's start by tapping underneath the eyes. I want you to breathe in and exhale. So what is our intention for this week? Ideally, the intention is for you to love and honor and respect the unhealed parts of yourself. So today, I am willing to love the unhealed parts of myself. Big breath, inhale and exhale. Okay, so now collarbone. So all of our energies working in the right direction. However, some of us, for our intention setting, it has to go back to today. I am willing to take a look at all of the people that I so dislike, or all of these really difficult relationships and people in my life, and do the mirror work, flip it around. These are our shadows. Shadow work. Google it. There's a whole bunch. It's a big buzzword out in the spiritual world. Do the shadow work. Don't push that shadow away. Don't hide it in a closet. We need to be vulnerable. We need to open up our eyes, our ears, and our hearts to ourselves, to those unhealed parts of ourselves. Okay, let's go into that. Thymus, immune system. So it might be today, I'm willing to look at what triggers me. I'm willing to understand that when this person triggers me, or this dislike triggers me, or this situation triggers me, that there's something in me that's unhealed. It's got nothing to do with that person. It's got nothing to do with their morals, anything to do with them. It's got everything to do with something that is unhealed within me. So maybe that's where you got to go all week long. Today, I'm willing. You got to bring awareness. You can't change it until you bring awareness to it. Okay, and let's go underneath there. And then maybe for some of us, it's just complete self-love and self-compassion, right? I'm going to have compassion for myself. If I'm going to go to these dark places, these shadows, these unhealed parts of myself, then I have to pull in all the stops to love and accept, and respect and honor myself fully and completely, those unhealed parts of myself. So you decide where that intention setting is going to go for you. Maybe it's to bring awareness in, right? Maybe it is to bring that self-love in, that self-compassion. And maybe it is today I fall in love with those unhealed parts of myself. Today, I fall in love with those parts I have been trying to fix. I'm going to love them. So self-love, self-compassion, and doing this internal mirror work. It is time, maybe for some of us, to heal those unhealed, or to love, let's just put it that way, to love those unhealed parts of ourselves. The healing might take much longer than a week or a few days. I'm going to tell you it's going to, but we're willing to love the unhealed parts of ourselves. Shake that off and just cross that in. Of course, we will work this into all of our classes, yoga classes. Thank you.